Hi, so before we get into this video, one, it's going to be a lot more unscripted, very different from most of my content, but it's also going to be another form of content I want to be putting more out here too. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. Last year I had a complete dive in my health that took a big priority over everything else, but here I am. Hopefully to stay, because I love making content, and if you like this content, my other content, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, comment your favorite dub actor. Anyways, let's get into it, because yeah, the Funimation dub is caught up. So for one, to give you a little brief history of this and my connection to it, I first found out about One Piece through...
So drink up, booger boy!
Yeah, the 4Kids dub, which aired for like 2-3 years, and then they lost the rights. Funny enough, they only wanted the rights because they got it in a combo deal with something else. I think it was like Nan Nico Sugar Girl. Yeah, they wanted that.
Huh. Working hard or hardly work?
Anyways, when they lost the rights, Funimation, after begging basically for like 3 years, finally acquired the rights to One Piece, and they started airing it on Cartoon Network with the Jaya dub, which, funny enough, is my favorite arc in the whole series because of this dub. And it's very apparent, which we'll get into when we start talking about some of the cast, that as they grew with it,
I think there's something wrong with your big fat head.
Jaya was their first straight up, like that was the first arc they dubbed, and then they went back, and then they went forward to where we are now. So with that though, funny enough, this is one of the few things I actually looked into. Some of New Zealand and Australia aired the remaining of Skypiea, because around the time it cut when Toonami was off the air, which I know it's weird to hear that now, but yeah, around 2008 they stopped doing Toonami, then 2013 it came back and it was like, I guess we're here to stay. Yeah, it started airing the Funimation dub and a cut version of it where, you know, they were still using the Zolo terminology and all that shit around 2007. Then it stopped in America when Toonami went down, and I believe the last episode that aired was the introduction of Enel or Eneru, whatever you want to call him. Good old Lightning M&M here. But yeah, then, you know, when Funimation came back, they started returning with the Water 7 dub.
We have to start 200 plus episodes in, but I'm just glad it's back where it belongs.
Around 2017, it stopped airing on TV when Thriller Bark's dub ended, from what I believe. Because no Paramount War shit was ever aired on TV, which is sad, because that was around the time I actually was getting into One Piece. So I was like, when I was watching One Piece, I kept up with the dub. Around 2016, 2017, I caught up with the manga, so I was like, oh, I'll just go back and watch it. I love the dub. That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. I love the cast, and we'll get into that in a bit here, because I don't want to, like, go into, like, every big moment for it, but yeah, Thriller Bark was really, like, the first bit of dub piece I really saw as that was coming out when I was catching up. And I was like, I flip-flopped through the dub and sub, because I like a lot. I like a lot of the voices in the dub, but Brooks was what really, like, got me into
Apoo.
So, you know, then with the dub, it actually stopped for a few years. It was around, like, end of 2017, 2018, I believe, that it was Fishman Island that came out, they finished the dub, and then they just never announced anything for Punk Hazard. And then about a year later, Stampede was coming out, and what if we do a dub and see if it does well, and see if people still like the dub? Because for me, going into Stampede here, because this is something I actually want to talk about, Stampede was the first bit of, like, modern One Piece dub that we had, like, you know, skipping over Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, Water 7, fucking Zoe, Whole Cake Island, Reverie. None of that was dubbed. Like, we didn't even know if they were ever going to get dubbed. There were a few, like, OVAs that got dubbed, one of which was, that's a little awkward now. After that, you know, the dub actually did really well in the box office for Stampede when it got announced, and it was only there for, like, what, 2-3 days or so? And there's proof of this from statements from some of the staff of the movie, such, pardon me if I butcher this, again, unscripted, Takashi Otsuka, and some of the voice actors in the dub, such as Sonny Strait, outright said that, you know, like, Oda had some influence with the dub, and even he enjoyed it as well, similar to Takashi. With that, going into, well, damn, the dub caught up, like, after 18 years, there's been multiple breaks between that, but since it came back around April 2020. It was like around the time COVID had started. Because after Stampede's reception came out, they just casually were like, "Oh yeah, no, we're back. We're coming back. Don't worry, we're coming back." Started like every month or two, we were getting a batch of like I'd say like 10 to 12 episodes. In a few years, we got the Wano, and now as of recording this, there's no confirmation from them, but we're at episode 1122. That was the last episode that aired. By the time this comes out, I think 1123-24 will be out. But yeah, they caught up within 5 years of coming back, let alone got to Wano within 3 years. They got to the same arc. Granted, like 100 episodes behind, but like they got to the same damn arc that was airing in Japan, and then quickly got back to that at the end of last year, 2024. So, like that is insane pacing. And you know what we gotta do? We gotta talk about the crew, and I got a little bit of bullet points, like major characters I want to talk about, some highlights, but I'm not gonna like get into it because I did that earlier, and this video ended up being like an hour unscripted, so kind of scripted. Let's get into it. So first, let's talk about, the most important characters, the Straw Hats. Yeah, I fucking love the crew. I will say this, I think out of the crew, the few that I'm a little indifferent on, I don't dislike them, don't get me wrong, are Sanji's as Eric Vale, which, don't get me wrong, I love Eric Vale. He's fucking Phoenix Wright, he's great.
Explain this note, bitch!
I do just prefer the original. Like, there's something about the original that I like, but there's also moments like early on in the dub that I very much prefer. Chopper by Brina Palencia, I do like her Chopper a lot now, but especially when she was first casted, it was... Oh, well, there were some hit or misses there, and Daniel Barrow as Jinbei is another that is growing on me a lot more, but I do prefer the original. I do think it's there.
I recall.
Here's the big one. I know people are gonna be like, "How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?" Colleen Clickenbeard as Luffy.
His voice is so high.
I think Luffy is really well casted, and a lot of people hate on it. And I will say it up front: there's so many out of context moments that don't sound as good, but others that sound fucking phenomenal, and it all comes down to dub direction. I think moments like the fact that it's been outright stated by Colleen she almost passed out doing the jet gatling against Lucci, the Whole Cake Island speech, and then just all of Gear 5. Gear 5 in the dub is fucking immaculate. Like, This is what I think of when I hear Gear 5. I love the laugh. Next, we got the ones that I think are on par with the originals, and that's gonna be the Dragon Ball dudes, aka Zoro and Usopp by Chris Sabat and Sunny Strait, respectively. Zoro, you ask someone if they hear a line from Chris Sabat from One Piece, who he's voicing, they're gonna answer Zoro. Even friends I know that aren't watching the dub, they know Zoro is Chris Sabat, and Chris is a fucking incredible voice actor.
You're just jealous because they're not begging you to stay ugly! Who are you calling ugly?
Sunny is like essentially if you had the exact energy of the Japanese actor for Usopp in English. I love it from the jokes.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on anymore.
The emotional moments, the screams, it's perfect.
I just naturally have a negative personality!
Nami, I'm a little biased because I've met and talked with her voice actress in a convention, Wushi Christian. She nails Nami's energy. I think she's probably the closest, I would argue, to like spot on, like impression, whatever you want to call it, like casting for Nami.
How sexy. I wish I had a secretary like her. Wait.
And we get to a few that I actively kind of prefer in English, though I do want to talk about one extra one, Frankie being Patrick Sates.
You wanna know why? For picking my nose!
I am shocked that there's a lot of people that dislike this, and I get it because Kazuki Yao, the original Japanese actor for Frankie, which still haven't heard the new person, but there's a Tokusatsu, if you know, so I'm a little biased against him. But Yao and and Patrick says embody Frankie. Like, I hear Frankie in Japanese, I'm like, yeah, it's Frankie. I hear Patrick say it, and I'm like, this is an American dude. That is fucking Frankie, hands down. And now we get to the two Straw Hats to end this off that I actually prefer in English over Japanese, even though I love the original performances. Ian Sinclair is Brooke and Stephanie Young is Robin. These are essentially if you just asked the Japanese actors to voice them in English. Like, it is that spot on. Like, Ian Sinclair, I gotta be real, he's one of my favorite actors. If you want a really good performance from him outside of One Piece, watch Kaguya's Love is War in English. This man is the funniest fucking dude imaginable.
Oh my gosh! It's happening! Everybody, it's happening!
Oh, what's he gonna say?
He gives that performance with Brooke where it's over the top. He sounds just like Shell. It's so good.
That hurt me right down to the bone, because I'm a skeleton, you see?
I get it!
And then Stephanie, oh my god. Dude, you've probably seen the dub clip of I Want to Live.
I want to live!
That's not even, like, the best performance she has. I will say this, though, and this goes for a lot of the cast, Dressrosa is a little bit of an iffy spot with the dub, particularly because they were switching voice directors, but the new director we have now is fucking phenomenal.
Perhaps you would like to show me your panties?
Not enough sexual
So
harassment!
now that we're all the Straw Hats, let's talk about the other big major players. The Emperors.
Been a while, huh?
Screw you! It's been a while.
Now, for one, I want to start off with my favorite, which is another I actively don't know which I prefer in English or Japanese. Shanks is Brandon Potter, which, look, again, I'm very biased with Phoenix Wright actors, but I was watching the dub of the Phoenix Wright anime, I, like, low-key just immediately went, holy shit. My favorite is voiced by Shanks.
Pull a stunt like that again and you'll be drinking your joke through a straw.
Right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Brandon Potter, immediately from one of his first performances, is phenomenal. The first moment with Shanks of, like, will you put your life on the line, you've drawn a pistol. One of my favorite performances in the entire dub.
Whether I'm sprayed with alcohol or doused with food. Hell, even if I'm spit on, most of the time I'll just laugh it off and forget about it. But if you hurt a friend of mine, you'll pay for it regardless of your reason.
And every time he comes back for the few goofy moments that he does, it's fucking phenomenal. And especially, like, his performance during the kid fight, oh, it's so good. Next, this is one I actively think is a hot take to say I prefer in English. Mike McFarlane is Buggy. Oh my god. Again, it's like Robin and Brooke. It's like if you ask the Japanese actor to just speak English.
Say it together, everyone, because it goes.
Mike does such a phenomenal job as Buggy. The over-exaggeration, the voice, and especially going into, like, the most recent core that came out. Core, who am I, fucking Bleach? The moment the Buggy, I wanna be Pirate King. See, oh, it's so good.
I want to be king! The king of the pirates!
Next, we have one of the emperors that is not there anymore. Kaido as David Sobolov. Apologies if I mispronounced that. I've actually met this guy at Anime NYC in 2023. Really kind guy. Really like him. He's such a nice dude. And funny enough, bringing up my TikTok and shit, when Kaido got introduced at the end of Dressrosa in the dub, I made a live reaction to it. I love Kaido's performance. I think David nails the energy of Kaido, and I know someone's gonna bring up the one clip of him during Gear 5, and dude, it's so out of context, but so many key moments of Kaido, he nails the energy up, especially like during the drunken phases. He's so fucking funny.
You got your ass handed to you by a couple of piss-pant brats. Damn Joker, you dumb bastard! This is all because you were such a weakling!
Speaking of Kaido, I gotta bring up King and Queen here. King's voice, I really like. I do prefer the Japanese, though, but I think it's a very good dub casting. But Queen, oh my god, Queen, dude.
I look round as a ball, but all of this is muscle, y'all! These bomb-ass moves of mine are powered by my phone!
I actually have to bring him up real quick because he does voice a character in miscellaneous major players that we'll be talking about. He voices Yoroge as well, Mr. I Love Having Sex Monk Yoroge. but this is Major Attaway. If you don't know who that is, he's a literal Broadway star, and God, the energy, immaculate here.
Screw you! Don't come into my turf and tell me what to do!
Next, Big Mom. I've seen a lot of hit or misses with Big Mom. I do vastly prefer the Japanese actress for Big Mom, but I think Pam Dotterly does a great job as Big Mom. It's just, you can't top the laugh in English. Like,
Mama, mama.
but I do think she has great performances.
Thanks for your service.
And then the last one, and I bring him up last because he's had two actors, is Blackbeard, who the first actor actually did pass away, and that was Cole Brown. And Cole Brown is quite literally one of the reasons I even got into One Piece in the first place, so I'm always going to say it like this. I love his original Japanese actor, I love the Zehaha, but Cole Brown is like who I picture with Blackbeard. This man...
How big's your bounty?
30 million.
30 million? For you? I wouldn't believe it even if I collected
Are you
it!
calling me a liar?
Embodies that like deadbeat pirate vibe, this sneaky little bastard. I love Cole Brown's performances so much. But the new actor, Chris Rager, if you recognize that name, it's
This is all a dream!
yeah, it's Mr. Satan, and then also Arlong, which, I'm gonna be real, I do like his performances more, especially like newest wave with you know, the Aokiji flashback and all that. I think he does really good as Blackbeard. It's just very, very jarring for me personally because I'm so used to him as Arlong. But I do like it. I really do like his dub actor.
I don't think you understand how pirates work! We're not here to make friends! We're a crew, but we're not buddy-buddy!
Don't get a big head. The Navy merely acts as our public face.
Next, we're gonna have a big wave here. We have the Marines and World Government. Starting with the Admirals, we're gonna go in order of most recent shown to first. So, first one, Aramaki, Matthew David Rudd. I do like his performance a lot as Green Bull. He embodies that bigoted energy.
Come on! I'm a guest here. Aren't you gonna offer me a drink?
I don't know how else to describe Green Bull. I thought he was going to be like a stoner when he was first introduced. Turns out he's like the biggest Akainu dick rider. It's immaculate, but he does a great job with the performance. Next, this is a major highlight with the dub for me. Ray Hurd as, I apologize if I mispronounced it, H-U-R-D, I believe it's Hurd, as Kizaru. This man, I fucking love his Kizaru so much. It is one of my favorite dub voices. Not to make fun of, but to impersonate just the...
What is this all about?
Like, I love the, like, slowish energy he gives Kizaru, but it's not, like, it doesn't sound like he's intentionally doing it, if that makes sense. It's perfect. Next, speaking of Akainu...
Excellent. It's finally time.
Yeah, Andrew Love is Akainu. This is one of those actors that I like the energy, but I really do want to see how he handles bigger moments in the future. Like, I'm not saying I know the fucking plot of One Piece right now, but obviously at one point, you know, like, Luffy's gonna encounter Akainu, World Government, all that shit. Like, I'm really interested to see how he handles those moments, like, in the future whenever they do happen.
This kind of malarkey needs to end, or else I'll be the laughingstock of the entire Navy!
Next, my favorite admiral, Fujitora as Charles Campbell. I really fucking like this actor. I will say I do prefer the Japanese, but this man really does give the energy of Fujitora. One of my favorite highlights of it being the end of Dressrosa, the I wish I knew what you looked like moment.
I'm sure it's filled to the brim with kindness.
And then another major highlight.
Like just whatchamacallits, you know?
What? What'd he say?
I forgot. Oh well.
Kuzan by Jason Douglas. I don't care what anyone says, giving him this like southernish accent is so good. Now, we're gonna move on to other Marines here. Smoker, Tashigi, Monica Riel, and Greg Dulce. These two are perfectly cast.
To be honest, I have no real interest in capturing you right now.
It's not that they sound identical, but the energy they give, I actually prefer in English. I think Smoker's dub actor is fucking spot on with the energy you would want from him. Tashigi, it's Monica Riel, dude. Like, iconic voice actress.
Sorry, but
You're finished.
Then, this is a fun one I actually want to bring up before going more into, like, sword and stuff. Garp, Kobe, and Helpo. I don't have Helmepo's actor's name, but it'll be on screen. But Brian Mathis as Garp, I love the energy that he gets. It's fucking immaculate.
Go ahead, lock me up, execute me. It won't change a thing. Nothing.
It is immaculate energy. Modern Kobe being Michael Solsa? I like his energy. Again, like most recent episodes, sorry to spoil, the honesty, impact, fucking incredible. I actually prefer it in English because of how well it does.
Honesty! Impact!
And Helmepo, I love Helmepo's delivery. I don't know if I prefer the original or English, but I love it, though I also think it is very funny in the first few episodes that he shows up. He was voiced by Troy Baker initially. And before we get into our last character in the world government that's going to be playing a big part, Sengoku as Philip Weber right now. I like his performances, but we do have to bring up another rest in peace here. Ed Baylock. If you've watched Full Metal Alchemist, Wrath.
How many times am I going to have to kill you before you stay dead?
Just listen to that. You can't top that. I'm sorry. I actually prefer this in English. Ed Baylock was a fucking phenomenal casting choice. And then we get the #1 world government secret here.
Cease your crying. I will not respond to it.
I really like delivery. I think they do a fucking phenomenal job encompassing that mysterious kind of foreboding energy of Eam, but I can't wait to see how handles it. Like, it really adds to the ambiguity.
And not a soul would covet the loathsome things.
Oh yeah, CP0. Let's talk quick Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy. Ernesto Jason Liebrecht, I do not know if I pronounced that at all, as Lucci. I do like his performances. In Enies Lobby, I think he does a great job during the fights. Egghead, we got to see how it ends off, but I do like how he's handling it.
I'm starting to get annoyed.
Alex Oregon as Kaku.
Pasta machine! Don't act like you did that on purpose!
I love him. I love him. He gives one of my favorite lines in the entire series justice.
I love giraffes.
And then Anastasia Munoz as Stussy. I want to bring this up just because, Egghead. I think she does a good job. It's a little jarring to hear at first, but I think she does a really good job.
I would be a fool to fight you on even ground.
Now, we're gonna go into the next one a little bit quicker here because I want to talk about the main players, but with the Revolutionary Army going into the commanders specifically, I think they're all really well casted. Bello Betty as Christy Rothrock, I think, is probably one of the best castings of them.
Are you scared yet, scumbag?
I like Mike Himoto, I believe it's pronounced, as Owenberg.
I'm dying to try my new weapons on you!
Morley is Brad Kurtz. It's kind of how I feel about Morley in general as a character. I just gotta see how they handle Morley because, yeah, but...
You get a third on our date? Really? You pervert!
And then Karasu is Matt Fuller. I think is good. I think is a good casting. I really do like it.
We won't allow you to do as you please.
Going into 2 other characters before we get to the 3 commanders of this. Actually, one of them is like #2 in command at this point. First off, Koala. I love Koala's dub actress. I think, apologies if I pronounce this, Gianni Torado does a great job.
We're revolutionaries, not babysitters!
The one that I am very biased of because I quite literally called it in 2015 when I first got into it. Sabo is Johnny Youngbosh.
I didn't expect to find hell up here at the top of the world.
Perfect casting here. We're not going to talk about the other one. We don't talk about that one. I think Sabo as Johnny Youngbosh is immaculate, especially with the more recent dub moments with like the throne. I think he does a great job. And then we get to the big 3. We're going to go best to worst, not in a bad way. Ivankov, Randy Perlman,
I'm not worried about silly things like labels. People can call me whatever they like. They can even call me Dookie. Never call me Dookie!
Again, perfect casting. Like, the energy of Eva is encapsulated so well with Randy. There's so many moments I can bring up to. The hee-haw is perfect. Sounds exactly what I'd expect from a character based off Rocky Horror Picture Show's Frankenfurter. Kuma by Joel McDonald. This is one that I might swap on, and I'm still so iffy on it. Not in a bad way. I like it. It's the same as how I feel about Kuma's Japanese actor, where if you know about Egghead, you know why I'm a little like, I don't know how I should feel about it. I think the performances he gives and the moments that he shows pre-time skip, like Thriller Bark, some of the other moments, I think he does a great job. I really hope he nails the emotional moments that Egghead brings.
I won't take Straw Hat's head, but if you're intent on taking his place, you will experience a living hell.
And then the final one, not worst, but again, I don't know how to feel about it, is Brian Macy as Dragon. And this is how I feel about Dragon's original actor, who, by the way, is like in his 80s, and I'm sad to say I feel like is going to get recasted by the time Dragon's relevant in manga, but that's the main reason I don't know how I feel, is that he gives this like, I'm Dragon, I'm Batman, like ass vibe of Dragon, and it's not bad, don't get me wrong, it's just, I don't know if it fits or not, because we don't know enough about Dragon.
We've wasted enough time. We should hold our meeting now.
What do you think you're gonna do with that?
It'll be more than adequate. After all, you wouldn't kill a fly with a cannon, would you?
Second to last here, and we'll be speeding through this one a little bit here. The Warlords. Started with Boa Hancock as Lydia McKay. I think she does a great job. I do prefer the original, but I think her performance as Boa, especially in One Piece Stampede of all things, is fucking phenomenal.
I've never felt this angry in my entire life!
Next, Robert McCollum as Doflamingo. I prefer the Japanese a lot more. I do like Robert's performances. Dude, Doflamingo is one of those voices that's so iconic in the Japanese that it's hard to top it, and it sadly wasn't topped. Though, speaking of characters I think that got better in the dub, Ray Chase as Corazon. Oh my god, I fucking love this. This was one of those castings when I saw it, I initially was like, I don't know. I hear it in some of the moments during Long's flashback, I was like, yeah, that's Corazon. It's the same thing as how it was with Bruno and JoJo. I was like, do I like this? And I was immediately like, oh yeah, I got proven wrong that this guy's amazing.
The word you want is bitch.
Let's actually knock two out here real quick. The remainder of Cross Guild, Mihawk and Crocodile, two Johns, Gramillion and Swayze.
Are you certain? I'm not in the mood to put up with your crap or anyone else's.
Mihawk as John Gramillion, I think, is what really nailed Mihawk's energy in the live action, which I will say this up front, I think the live action Mihawk is the best interpretation of Mihawk in my eyes. But god, it is very obvious they were inspired voice-wise by dub Mihawk, because I love this sassy gay man energy he gives. I don't know how else to describe it.
Why are you after me?
You woke me from my nap.
But it's great. Though, going in the Crocodile here with John Swayze, it's how I feel about Dragon. Though, he's had a lot more moments to shine because of Alabasta, and I think he does good. But you just can't top the original. Dude, you know exactly what moment I'm thinking of that. I'm like, you just can't top that. Impelled Down, I'm sorry, that just does things to me in Japanese.
久しぶりだな
Weevil is next by Brooke Chandler's that I...
Don't mess with my daddy's hometown!
This is what I really don't know how I feel about, where I'm like, I guess. And now we get into the last of the Warlord, Gekka Moria by Christopher Guerrero. This is one of those castings where it's like, you hear it for a split second, you're not sure. You hear the laugh and how accurate it is. It is fucking perfect. I love Moria's dub voice. I think it is a perfect casting there. But speaking of, let's get into the last bit. The other miscellaneous major players, and I'm actually going to start with Perona here. Felicia Angeli does fucking incredible as her. I will say the laugh is a little, not off, but it's different, but I do think it matches the energy there. And her fight with Usopp is honestly one of the dub highlights.
Go away, damn you! Leave me alone, you're freaking me out!
In that miscellaneous major players here, let's get through all the Warlords, no, Supernova that we haven't talked about yet. We got Kid and Law to start off being Justin Cook and Matthew Mercer, which...
First person who dodges her attack loses!
Who would agree to that crap? You're a grown-ass man and you're still pulling this nonsense!
Dude, it's funny to think about that Law was one of Matthew Mercer's breakout roles as well, where this was like one of those ones alongside Levi Ackerman of all fucking characters. Funny enough, they both share the same dub and sub actors that really got him out there, and it makes sense. His acting for Law,
But you will have the runs.
it's perfect. I do think I prefer the original Japanese when it comes to like how some of the words like, oh, room, shambles, and all that are. Everything else, I prefer Matthew's role as. Kid with Justin Cook, though.
Stop screaming so much! Are you a damn monkey?
I like it. It gives that cocky energy. It gives that, like, rough bad boy energy. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's good. Killer, though, going into Kid by Leo Fabian, I think is a very good casting. Again, it's one of those things, there's certain things you just can't top in the original. The fucking laugh, the smile laugh, it's not as good in English. But I really do love the energy Leo gives Killer during certain fights, such as his fight with Hawkins, which is voiced by... I do like Hawkins in the dub, a lot. I really do think he nails the energy of what I'd expect Hawkins to sound like in English.
It was me.
And another character that I think really nails the energy that I think is actually fucking hilariously casted, DC Douglas. It's whack to say DC Douglas is in One Piece, especially as Diaz Drake, but I think he nails the energy of Drake really well.
Waiting for an excuse to kick your ass. This isn't a favor for Straw Hat, I just hate that guy.
Next, speaking of those that were under Kaido, is one that we're gonna have to say rest in peace to, is Apoo, who was initially voiced by Brad Vanderbilt, who...
Glad I hung around for a bit. This was a sight to see. I guess it's time for me to scram. Peace out!
Funny enough, 3 for 3 for characters, voice actors in English that have died that I think were, like, perfect casts. Not to give any discredit to Apoo's modern and more recent voice actor, Bren Mukai, who I think does a really good job. It's just, Brad, there was something about that in Saba Odi when I first heard it that I was like, yeah, this is fucking Apoo, dude. This is Apoo.
Wanna watch the show? Huh? Check it out!
I already mentioned him, but again, I want to give another shout out to Mr. Mad. I love having Sex Monkey Roge being Major Attaway. Fucking great casting there. And then Jewelry Bonnie by Laura Wetzel, I think does a really good job. I do want to say this, I'm very iffy, and it's kind of how I feel about Kuma and another character I'm about to bring up here, being Vegapunk, but I think if she nails those emotional moments in Egghead, I will fucking love her, but I think she does a really good job of encapsulating Bonnie.
No way, fat ass! I'll kill you!
Now let's get into the miscellaneous other characters before we end this off. First off, Vegapunk is Kent Williams.
You can see it, can't you?
Dude, when Funimation brings the Dragon Ball actors in here, or Full Metal voice actor, you know they're gonna nail it. Giving him that German voice is perfect, dude. Oh my god, it's so good.
Need a favor for me? The man who saved you from poverty? All those years ago?
Wow, no pressure, huh?
Then, we got the Whitebeard Pirates here. We got Marco as Kyle Phillips, who I think does a really good job. I like his performances, especially during Onigashima. I think he really stands out as a good performance.
Fight like your pride's on the line! In his honor!
Whitebeard, which I was going to bring up during Emperors, but I felt better here, being Bruce Elliott. This is one of those actors I hear a lot of people don't like at first, but I will say this. I think his performance in Marineford's a good one, but the Odin flashback?
You're looking well, Roger. Good to see you.
Oh my god, he nails it during the Odin flashback, where it's like, he sounds a lot like not older, but he sounds a lot like more like I'm like an adult. I'm an adult. I don't have that like gruffy like raspiness to my voice quite yet, but it fits. Speaking of that flashback, real quick, Robbie Daymond voicing Kozuki Odin is one of the funniest castings to me.
That food isn't yours! Are you listening?
Because the way I mainly know Robbie Daymond is voicing a little twink detective, if you know, you know. So I was not expecting...
I'm a bit occupied, so do your goddamn job!
Yeah, that from that man, but he does such a good job. It's insane. Before we actually go back and forth here, I do also want to bring up the last of the Whitebeard Pirates. Ace, my fucking namesake on here. Travis Willingham. Dude, Roy Mustang, Ace. This man is perfect with voicing fire characters, quite literally and figuratively.
Ever since you were little, you've never listened to a word I said, have you?
It's perfect. It's perfect. And then going into Odin, the last three characters I want to bring up. First off, the titular Odin in title, Yamato, Michelle Rojas. I believe they are non-binary?
What am I even looking at right now?
I like the performance they do as Yamato. I think they give a lot to Yamato as a character. I like it, but I really do like if Yamato shows up in the future, depending on how, they identify all that. I'm curious to see where it goes. And then the last two characters, Rayleigh and Roger, voiced by Bruce Carey and Sean Hennigan. Rayleigh, I want to talk about first. I love Rayleigh's actor. Bruce is such a good performance, where it's like, I love that he has that old energy, as well as when you have the flashback with Odin. He still has the same voice, but you can tell it's a little younger. I love the performance. He has so many good deliveries.
Roger is no longer with us. It's only the people who are living now who can create and shape such an era.
And then the final character, you gotta end it off with the first dubbed character you hear, Goldie Roger. I love it. It's old-timey pirate. During the Roger flashback, he has enough to it where it's not just like I'm gonna do this voice once and never another performance like it. I think it's handled really fucking well.
How many years has it been, Newgate?
And I like it. But anyways, yeah, that's the One Piece dub and how I feel about it. But congrats to the dub cast for catching up. Can't wait to see how it is, and I really do hope that when has another performance as Eam, I think they'll do good.
You want my treasure?
Just shut your mouth!
You can have it! I left everything I gathered in one place. Now you just have to find it!
Only took since March, but I'm finally finished, and this is up to date. What do you mean at San Diego Comic-Con they announced they're releasing another batch of the dub, and this is outdated now? What the fuck?